Plant your seeds and watch your gardens grow. This is our review of Herbaceous.
Herbaceous is a set collection game where you collect and pot 4 different sets of herbs to earn the most points. And I was ready to play this game multiple times.
This is a light, quick game that the whole family can enjoy, even if the theme really doesn't have any impact on the game. We'll tell you all about it after this quick how to play.
The game is played in turns until the deck is exhausted and each player has filled their pots.
At the start of each player's turn, they have the option of potting. They can take herbs from their private garden or from the community garden in the center of the players.
Whether a player pots or not, they will then plant herbs by drawing 1 card from the deck and either planting it in their private garden or the community garden.
Then, the player will draw a second card and place it in the garden not chosen by the first card.
Each player has 4 different pots that have different requirements that can earn points at the end of the game.
Once the deck is exhausted and all players have potted, the players add up their points and the player with the most points wins. This is a light, easy card game with beautiful artwork, and that checks all the boxes of types of games that we really enjoy. Games that we started off playing when we first got into board games. Card game, don't need anything other than cards, beautiful artwork, simple mechanics, but a lot of strategy involved. So I really enjoyed this game.
At face value, I personally thought, oh, we're just planting herbs? How exciting can that be? But time and time again, when I have those thoughts and we play games like this, I'm always like, oh, I was wrong. And once again, I was wrong.
Maybe you should stop having those thoughts. Before we get into the whole breakdown of the mechanics and what we liked about this game, I do have to say that the theming of the herbs and potting it doesn't really need to be there. You could still enjoy this game with the mechanics of the game, where you have the cards and you're placing them in a certain pile. You can probably play this with a deck of cards if you had the numbers and you can organize them in a certain way. But the theming element throughout doesn't really tie anything together. The mechanics are fun, the theming is beautiful, they pair together, but you can have one without the other with this particular game.
So once I got over the game being about herbs, I kind of took to it just because with the herbs and everything and cooking, I think I kind of enjoyed because I could relate, right? You got your mint, your sage, bay leaves. So I think I started coming around after I was like, oh, okay, so, things you cook with.
I really enjoyed this game because it's a little deceptive, because even though it seems simple, there is a lot of strategy that goes into it. There is a press your luck element with the community garden, because there are community garden cards and then you have your private garden cards, and you can combine those when you go to pot. So it's all about waiting for all right, I need all these cards, I need all these points, but if I don't take it now, will someone take it after me and then I'll miss my opportunity? So you got to press your luck and wait. Now's the perfect time. And then you got to take your cards, put them underneath your card. And once you've potted in one of your 4 pots, then you can't add any more cards to that pot. So it is very much of, you got to find the right timing to place those cards in there. And that can become really challenging depending on who you're playing with. And if everyone kind of has that math going on in their head, okay, all right, statistically, this is the perfect time to go and I'm going to go. And they're like, oh, I just needed one more. And if you're playing with a bunch of people who are just not paying attention, you may be able to get away with murder and just be able to be like, oh, I got all these points, ha 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 ha.
And then as the game goes on, you kind of think about the sunk cost, or you think about your options. You're like, all right, I waited too long. I might as well just get these points while I can because I may not be able to get enough for these. So you kind of just compromise and you're like, okay, all right, fine. I'll take the points here because those are the most that I think I can get.
And I also enjoy this game because it plays really quickly. There isn't a whole lot of opportunity for analysis paralysis because you're looking and you're deciding, do I pot now or pot later? But once you've come up with that, then it's just a matter of, okay, draw a card and play either in the community garden or your private garden. But even on your very first playthrough of this game, if you're playing with total newbie people, it shouldn't take more than 15 minutes at most. The box says 20 minutes, and I think 20 minutes would be like the max. This game really plays quickly.
One thing I like that they snuck in there is this little biscuit card. So there's only a specific set of stipulations where you can get this, and there's only one, and it's 5 points. And I like how they put that in there because it kind of takes away from it being too repetitive, because you could still also work towards this one unique thing. So I kind of like how they did that. I'm not sure how I would explain what that is. Just an Easter egg? Easter egg points? I don't know. So overall, I take back my first impression about it being about herbs and boring or whatnot. I can see why people talk about it and enjoy it on Instagram and Board Game Geek. I will say, as far as short games go, I'll play it again. I'll play it multiple times. I still have ones ranked higher, so I'll give this a 6.5, 7.
Overall, I love the simplicity of it. I love how quickly it plays. I like the challenge that it can present to you if you really play it with an expert group of people and everyone's kind of doing the math of exactly when to draw from the community or put the cards in the pot. So overall, I really enjoyed this game. I'm going to give it an 8. And Juliana gives it a 6.5. And that was our review of Herbaceous.
What'd you think? You ready to pot those herbs and get that biscuit? Let us know in the comments below.
And if you're enjoying our content, please like this video, subscribe to our channel.
Until next time, I'm Lee.
I'm Kenny. I go party like a board gamer.